If you would subscribe to the live screen sharing room on DAX and watch every day the live trades I do on time during the market hours, the first hour of cash trading and then US session, and why I'm taking these trades, you can go on my Twitter page here at this name and click this on the pin tweet here, this link which will prompt you to a PayPal subscription service which is have a small description here, and the first 2 days is free, then you can have free cancellation if you wish so, and then it's just 19 euros a month. So if you click login here, then this will prompt you to a subscription details, and then you will need to let me know about this so I can send you the password, and so you can be able to log in every day and watch the live screen sharing. Or you can just go to my YouTube channel here, which I upload every day the video after what happened after the European cash market closes, and this is the link here of the everyday recording after the market closes. So this is just free, so you can feel free to go here and just watch this. Okay, hello everyone, so let's see where we are in the bigger picture. So this week we attempted and opened up to 680s and immediately sold off down to new lows, weekly lows here, and held resistance at this point of control. So 680s is the last line in the sun for shorts. So if price goes at 680s, we would like to short this. Also, as an intraday picture here, we're just holding support above yesterday's value area high. The question is if we break below and go towards the 580s retest, which is point of control of yesterday's session, and what it does there, does it hold or it fails? If it fails, looking for value area low and then eventually down to 540s yesterday's low. Also worth mentioning this support here yesterday's and Monday's lows twice yesterday, then bounced straight up to value area high of Monday's session. So looking to see which side will break off initial balance. If it holds below initial balance low, will go short for a move down to 580s, scale up the position, leaving the rest to see what it does there, if it holds or if it fails for a move down to 540s. This will be the ideal scenario. Another nice trade will be if price will be able to go up to yesterday's high, break it out, then fail to come back, fail to hold above for a move up to 680s, this weekly point of control here, and fails. This will be a great short opportunity for a move all the way down to 580s, then eventually down to 540s. Also looking at VIX here, popped up yesterday's in the Monday session, now of course reversed here. Need to see if it holds the lows for potential spike higher, is close to its bottoming range. We have a tight initial balance here, need to see which side will break out and if it holds for a move either higher or lower. Let's give it some time first. Okay, initially the short position here against VWAP for a potential move down to 580s here. If price is about to fail above yesterday's value area high, then it should move fast down to 580s. Out of the short position here, price held the initial balance low. Need to see what will do at the initial balance high here, then wait for yesterday's high retest to see what it does. Aggressive buying here, fail to extend lower. So the question is now if it goes up to yesterday's high and 680s weekly point of control. Okay, we're gonna short it here at yesterday's high. Let's see if we pull back now and what it will does, if it holds support up to initial balance high, then for a move higher, or it goes straight up here. Last line of short is this 680s then. Again, we need to see if this will fail here at the highs, yesterday's highs here, or if it will go straight up. This is very aggressive buying here and moving out of yesterday's value area. So the question is if it holds here. Shorted again here against the highs. Need to see if we have a pullback to initial balance high and what it does there. This was too far too fast, so let's give this some time now. Scale out first part of the short position here, waiting for to see how price will set up here. Stopped out here of the short. Need to see what it does at 680s here, then eventually 700s. Need to give it some time now. This is very aggressive upside and straight up. Need to see now the second 30-minute candle for the first hour of cash trading. If it opens, holds a high, if we suppose that this will remain the high here for the first 30-minute candle, and what it does if it holds resistance for a move back towards 620s here. Now pushing higher, failing to attempt. Best trade location will be 680s though, so let's give it some time for the second candle to open. Okay, second candle open here. Need to see if we have a failed retest up to previous candles high and 680s, then we'll go short basically. I initiated the short position now against this 680s. Would like to short here again. This is the last line in the sun for short. We need to see if this candle now will go all back inside Bollinger Band towards 620, 630s, which is yesterday's value area high here. If this is to remain like this, a breakout, then consolidation towards the sideways mostly. This is like a P-shaped profile day, so this is short covering, price short covered and price rallying higher. Then we see this kind of distribution towards the high side. Too early to judge this though, so you can see the time of the trade here as the second 30-minute candle opened here, now trading below its opening price and failed to test the highs of the previous candle. So we need to see now if this will go below yesterday's high for a move down to 620s. The pattern that every low held and now pushing towards the high side. Better give it some time to see 680s. This is holding very well to short against. Just as soon as I cover the position, you can see this straight flash up, shorted here at 680s, potential resistance here. This is too aggressive, as a range is nice exhaustion, like 80 points or so here, so need to see if this will hold. Unlikely, to be honest, this is too aggressive. Key level here on the weekly, this multiple week point of control up to 680s. And almost at weekly highs here, so need to see if this will eventually be resistance. If it holds and breaks further up, looking for a move up to 800s eventually, so not sure how much to fight this. But again, when you anticipate patterns here like this one, which is holding the lows and then getting higher, of course short need to cover more, and thankfully I scale out the flatten the position there, so need to see what the 680s will do. Scale out the position here, the first target from this short, nice entry here. So just to see how this range here, like 80 points or so, hasn't happened in a while. If you see here the statistics I keep every day for the ranges, you can see since Trump election we haven't had a single day first hour of cash trading open above 80. This was like on Monday only, but then you can see how low this, apart from Trump election here, how small ranges have been for the first hour. So this is pretty exhausted here, so let's see if it pulls back at least. Out of this short position now, no reason to fight this. Let's give it some time to see how further up this can go. Just new weekly highs here. This is last trade location for a short position for me at least, so let's give this now some time. You can see when there's something aggressive, you can do something towards the opposite side, but do not hold on DAX because it slips like tenths and 50s of points. Scale out the first part of the short position here, price still this flagging higher pattern, no major resistance at this, yes, at the weekly highs but not below 680, so let's give this some time. So still holding short position from 87s here, need to see price going below 680s for a pullback down to the midpoint of this first hour of cash trading rates and the volume weighted average price at the time. This is very aggressive upside here, so perhaps a pullback like this will be bought again. It's nice that held resistance here at the weekly highs, but need to see for how long this will be held. Scale out second part of the short position from 87s here, need to see if price will go down towards yesterday's high, and if it holds for a continuation, if it goes back inside yesterday's range towards 620s. Too early to say, but if this was just optimism about oil and things like that, so perhaps this will dissipate. So let's give this some time now to see how further down. Nicely held resistance here at the highs of the week, great trade location for a short. Very nice failure from the highs here, scale out the position above VWAP, now broke down VWAP and scale out the position below. Also, as talked earlier about this Bollinger Band here in combination with the weekly highs, price might go towards the midpoint, so it did, and value area low 633s of today's range. Also now the question is if this the whole idea with oil production cut and due to it's the last day of the month and we used to see buying flows, if this will fail to hold above VWAP, then likely towards the day to go towards 620s, yesterday's value area high. Also yesterday's point of control is too far from today, 580s. So we need to see now where this will trade. Now again inside yesterday's range. So next question is if it goes down to 620s and fails, then likely for a move down to 580s. Let's give it some time now. It's nice to see how this will trade at the edge of the day because we have a wide range for the first hour. So perhaps we see fake out moves and then back inside, or fake down moves and then back inside. Okay, so how interesting is this 680s level here, great resistance and failure to go higher, even close the gap from previous week's close. Now the question is if we go below 620s again and hold below, of course we need to go below initial balance area and take out the low of the day, which is the first hour of cash trading range low as well. If this happens, then we'd like to see if price goes towards yesterday's point of control, 580s, just like 690s today. Now we're talking for 580s or so. So let's give this some time and see. I shorted here at value area against value area high here at 64s. Now we need to see how much lower the price can go. We'll scale out in a few points. So the short idea was once price failed to break out value area high 64s, I got short there. Now still holding to see if either it will break even or if it goes towards initial balance high, which held multiple times support here. Again, to comment on the weekly, here we can see great resistance up this morning at this 680s level, now balancing below. Of course we can retest this and see what it will do there, if it's another great short opportunity like the morning or not. So basically my short here at 61s was against this value area high. If price fails to extend higher now, then we're looking for a move down to 626 value area low. Price just balancing within this range, so that's the idea of this play here. Scale out the second part of the position here manually, a little higher than the actual profit target. Now waiting to see if this will develop for a trade from value area high to value area low of the day 626. So this could go down here basically. You can see here nice tick towards the extreme lows here close to minus 800. So SPY below its all-time highs and its opening price. Now need to see if SPY can go all the way down to 221s. Still 48 cents to go lower, so perhaps DAX will likely to follow towards 600s eventually. Just broke even the position here only to touch the order here and go again below. Need to see now next area of interest is 680s, 695s here, see what it does if it goes and fails potentially. Shorted again here just against this recent high in anticipation of move down towards value area low 628s, just got covered, flattened the position here by a tick or so. Let's give this some time now and see if it goes lower. Not sure if the best entry here, but this was break even here really to the tick out. Scale out first part of the position here. Now need to see what it does at initial balance high, as this was had multiple support during the day. If it enters initial balance looking for a move towards 605 here. Of course we have 628's value area low here first. Also worth mentioning here that we held obviously this week's high here, but now entering yesterday's range as well, and yesterday's value area high is at 620, is just below today's value area high, so key level to see any initial balance high here, key level to see if this will hold as it did all day or if this will fail to give us a move down to 600s eventually. Just flatten the rest of this short here. Price once again supported this area above initial balance high, mainly just ranging here at a very tight range. Last 30 minutes for the European cash trade, and price keep holding resistance here and generally trading within the sideways range. Failed to test the value area high here, no, not in a position right now. Okay, so price accelerated towards the upside here, initiated a short position against these 680s here. We need to see if this will hold eventually resistance, because whoever is growing higher and higher here towards 700s. Scale out first part of the position here, 10 points since the high entry. Here failure as of now to even reach the 680s. Need to see if this will eventually hold until the European cash close and give us a move down to 650s. This is multi-week point of control level, previous balance week here and close to the high of the week. Straight rejection here. We need to see if this will hold for further downside though. Scale out second part of the short position now, 1/3 off to see if this will develop towards 650 first, then eventually down to 630s. Very nice resistance up here straight. Once this spiked higher, then failure, couple of minutes failure here, then short, then straight on targets. Flatten the rest of the position here, perhaps should have hold this until the cash close, although you can see this up move here with volume, then 3 minutes of failure to even reach the 680s, then entry here straight down. When you see price moving far, when it's previously consolidating and moving far at the previous level of resistance, then it's most likely to hold resistance initially, at least for a pullback. Then if this pullback will develop to further, it's remain to be seen though. Okay, I said a while ago, should have held this position instead of covering here, should have held until the cash close. The reason I said that is because this is month end today and we tend to see institutional flows into the market. Although this was straight resistance and very methodically up, even on the 1 minute candle here, on 1 minute chart here, we see like 2-3 green candles, then straight down. So from up to 75s down to 630s yesterday, today's value area low here. Hope you avoided buying there, at least if not shorting and taking position. Hopefully you avoided buying there. You can see the bigger picture levels, how well they work. This is all choppiness here with clear supports at the times, but both times today this 680s area, of course, is to now it goes into the tick 680s, but gave the 2-3 minutes failure here opportunity after the volume spike candle here for resistance. And again, this 680s remains this week's almost the high, but previous weeks balanced weeks here and the Trump election week, point of control, very important area for some reason. So we need to see now how further down. Also SPY reversed on VWAP and now again after the rebound again down to 221. So perhaps we'll see further downside after the close now.